Hey guys, this is a quick preview to the video you're about to watch. We just recorded about a 15-minute video giving you a lot of important details about the Dominican Republic trip. I know that's a little bit long for a video, but here's the deal. This is replacing a meeting that we were going to have that was going to last an hour and a half. So please hang in there, stick with me through the 15 minutes. There's lots of information you really need to have. And also, I realized after we recorded, I didn't say something important. We need to know if you have food allergies or even just some basic things like you're a vegetarian. And so if there's anything food related that we need to know, we can work around that and plan around that at the meal times, but we need to know in advance. So please let us know. Don't feel bad about any of that. It's totally understandable, but please just give us a heads up. All right, so strap in. You got about a 15-minute video to watch. Hang in there, take good notes, and then please let us know if you have any questions afterwards. Love you guys, and we can't wait to go on this trip with you. We just want to take a few minutes and spend a little bit of time giving you a feel for travel, what to pack, and just give you a basic overview of the trip so you kind of know what to expect. So here's what I want to encourage you to do, a couple of things. Number one, please stick with this video. Listen well, get out a notepad, take notes if you need to. Also, please take your time to thoroughly read through the email that came with this video. If you're like me, you glance at emails, you grab a couple things that you think are important and you move on, but I'd really encourage you, you will feel more prepared and equipped for this trip if you'll just take a few minutes and really read through all the details. Please, if you have any questions after watching this video, after reading through the email, don't guess, don't wonder. If something's going on, please get in touch with me or Alex and we would be happy to help answer any questions that you've got. I also want to encourage you, we're doing this video to respect everybody's time. We tried to schedule a meeting and everybody has a lot of things going on. We're moving into the summer, it's busy. And so we want to do this to respect your time. But I do want to say, within a week or two of when we leave on the trip, so sometime mid-July, we really want to get our whole group together, even if it's for just an hour or so, pray together, encourage one another, and really just prepare our hearts for the trip. So please be looking for details regarding that. Mid-July, we'll do a gathering and get ready for our trip. So, all right, y'all ready? You strapped in? You got pens and notepads? Here we go. A few details for you. First of all, I want to give you the basic overview. Our trip is a Tuesday morning, very early, through a Saturday evening. Our flight leaves at 5:52 a.m. on Tuesday, July 25th. We will be getting to the airport very early. We'll let you know when we're a couple weeks out exactly what time we need to meet up there. We want to make sure the airport is up and running and their security is ready for us when we get there. But we're probably going to aim to be there an hour and a half to 2 hours before our flight so we can get all checked in through security and all that good stuff. So be prepared for a really early morning. Then our return flight is late on Saturday night. It's around 11 o'clock that we come back into Knoxville. It was the only way we could have enough time in Atlanta to go through customs on our way back in and not risk missing our flight back to Knoxville. So early morning on Tuesday, late night on Saturday, just be prepared to hang in there with that. As far as the overview of the trip goes, here are the basic purposes of the trip. Number one, it's for all of us to experience Josiah's house. It's a ministry that is near and dear to our heart. We are long-term committed to supporting the work that's happening there. You've heard us talking about it, but we want you guys to see it, to meet the people that are serving there, to meet the boys that are living there, and really catch a vision for the heart of Josiah's house. That's one of our primary purposes. Secondly, it's for us to go and serve. We're going to be serving at a 5-year anniversary celebration, and we're going to be the behind-the-scenes people doing the dirty work. So your mentality for this trip is flexible, servant-hearted, and excited to see what the Lord can do in your life, because you'll be surprised to see, being on a mission field, especially if this is the first time for any of you, you get impacted just as much, if not more, than you will make a difference. It's incredible to watch what the Lord will do. So be open to things the Lord may want to speak into your life or do in your heart. And then also let's watch and see how He'll use us. It's really exciting to get to participate with Him. But we are going with the mentality of being the behind the scenes hard workers who are serving to honor people who come to that celebration. The third thing that we will do on this trip is take an afternoon, take a couple hours at some point, and go out to a local village near Josiah's house to get a sense of the community and ways that we can serve in the future. Often when we go to Josiah's house, we spend time loving on the boys and serving there on site, but then we also reach out beyond those walls to minister in the community, and you'll get a sense of what it's like in a poor sugarcane village. You'll meet some people we've built relationship with for years that we continue to pour into. So there's a little snapshot, all right? A little bit of vision casting. Get excited, be praying, prepare your heart for what God wants to do, and it'll be incredible when we step back at the end of the trip and see what all the Lord has done in our midst. Super excited about that. Okay, here's some practical tips for you. First of all, for travel, on our travel days, there's a meal when we are on our way into the Dominican Republic that you may want to have some cash for. When we arrive, it's going to be about lunchtime, and so we're going to stop at a local place on our way in and grab a bite to eat. That meal's not really included in the cost of the trip. Bring a few bucks for that. It shouldn't be much, 10 bucks or so, 15 bucks, something like that. And then also on our return flights, we will be in airports during lunchtime and during dinner time on Saturday. So just plan, between those three meals, maybe you spend $10 or $15 a meal. Plan on having a little bit of extra money for that. You may be able to use a debit card or credit card. I would clear that with your bank before you go and let them know you're traveling in the Dominican Republic so it doesn't get flagged. The only other thing to consider is breakfast as we're traveling early on Tuesday morning. If you're an early riser and want to eat before we go to the airport, that's fine, but plan on that as well. And then over the course of the week, all of our other meals are basically provided. We will have breakfast stuff available for you guys in the morning at the location that we're staying. It's a facility a block away from Josiah's house. It's a nice facility. It's clean. It's a little bit rustic. There's no air conditioning. And so what I want to prepare you for is there are fans there, but if you want to bring maybe a small little personal fan just to have on directly on you at night when we're sleeping, if you have trouble sleeping, if you're a little warm, I would bring that. But we'll have breakfast there every day together, and then lunch and dinner at Josiah's house. There are no real snacking opportunities though during the course of a day. So if you are going to want a bite to eat later in the evening or a little afternoon, pick me up, bring those kinds of things. Pack Cliff Bars and that sort of thing. And so just kind of plan on that from a meal perspective. Okay, the only other things I wanted to let you know about from a travel perspective is this. We're going to ask if you would to plan on bringing one carry-on suitcase with your clothes and stuff, and then also you could bring a second small carry-on, like a small backpack or a purse. We're going to ask that you not plan on checking any bags, because what we would like to do is have each of us bring a duffel bag with school supplies and other items that we can then leave there to bless the people at Josiah's house, to get the kids ready for their upcoming school year. And so our church body, we're going to encourage our church body to be gathering school supplies and other items that we can take down there to restock. It's way less expensive to buy them here at Walmart or Target than it is for them to purchase in the Dominican Republic, and it's just another way we can bless them. If you absolutely feel like you need to have a larger checked bag, just plan on paying that extra cash to bring your own extra checked bag. But I think you can make it work. 5 days, one decent sized suitcase carry on and one backpack should do the trick. Okay, now I want to give you a feel for kind of what to pack, what to bring on the trip. First of all, your health is incredibly important. You need to consider the fact that we're going to be there in the middle of the summer. The key thing you can do is hydrate regularly. Bring a large water bottle that you can refill. We will be in places where we can get fresh, clean water that's okay to drink. But don't rely on being able to just find a random cup. I would fill up a water bottle, especially if we're running errands. You just want to have that with you all the time. You almost want to overhydrate. Drink way more than you think you need to. We're closer to the sun in the DR, and we'll be outdoors a lot. And so please plan on staying very hydrated. That's one of the key things you can do. From a health perspective, there are no shots that are required to go into the Dominican Republic. It's a good idea, though, to protect yourself against mosquito bites. There have been several viruses over the last couple of years that have gone across the Dominican Republic. Malaria is not a huge issue where we are. There's a disease, a virus called chikungunya that's been an issue. I think there's been a couple of others going on. And so what the best thing you can do about that, there's not really pills or shots to take. It's really just to apply mosquito spray consistently. So bring some mosquito spray. They especially want to get you around your ankles and stuff. So bring mosquito spray, bring sunscreen, and then I would bring some sort of anti-diarrhea, Imodium type thing. You just never know. Between dehydration and eating in a foreign country, it's just a good idea to be prepared for that. So from a prep and health perspective, those are the things to focus on. Sun protection, mosquito protection, hydration, and maybe some kind of anti-diarrhea thing. Sorry to get this specific in detail, but this is the kind of stuff you're going to want to have. Okay, and then last thing, beyond just whatever clothes you may want to wear, you may want to bring one decent shirt, guys. Ladies, you might want to bring one, nice top or nice skirt dress to wear for the celebration service. But beyond that, dress comfortably. T-shirts, shorts, blue jeans are probably going to be really hot. If you bring long pants, bring something that breathes a little bit. You can wear flip-flops. You may want to bring one pair of shoes that you can kind of work in or be doing a lot of walking in and be comfortable. And then as far as items you really need that won't be down there, bring basic toiletries and bring bedding for a twin bed. We will have mattresses on bunk beds. We will have pillows, but I would bring your own pillowcase. I would bring your own set of twin sheets. If you want a thicker blanket, you can bring it. It's going to be hot. You probably don't need it. And then I'd bring a hand towel and a shower towel. Beyond that, food and all that stuff should be provided and we'll be okay beyond snacks. All right, I think we're getting pretty close to being done. Let me check my notes here. Okay, the only other thing I want to mention to you guys is we may have some opportunity for a little bit of souvenir shopping on our last morning. It's totally up to you guys. If you want to bring some cash to bring home any trinkets, there's all kinds of just the typical stuff you would find anywhere where you do some tourist shopping, where you get t-shirts that say Dominican Republic or little items. Some things you might want to consider that are kind of cool. Dominican coffee is really good, and so you'll have an opportunity to buy that. I love to load up on that when I go. And then there's a really cool kind of stone that's unique to the Dominican Republic called Lorimar. And so if you got someone you want to bring jewelry back for, or you want some, it's pretty cool. It's fairly inexpensive. Those are some things you might want to consider. So if you want some souvenirs or want to bring something home to kids or friends or whatever, you may want to bring a little bit of cash for that. Beyond that, if you guys have any questions about the trip as we get closer, please don't hesitate to ask. Hopefully this goes without saying, you need your passport. That's really the only thing we need to get into the country, and so make sure you have your passport. Double check the date on your passport, that it hasn't expired. If you do not have one right now, or it's expired, that needs to be like the minute you're done watching this video, you go do that and get it resolved. You have time, but you need to do it right now. The only other thing to know is when we go into the country, they require an entry tax. We have included that in the cost of your trip. So we will give you $10 in cash when we're traveling, and that's something you'll pay for on site when we get into the Dominican Republic and start going through customs. I think that's it. Thank you guys for being patient and for listening to all of that. Again, don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions. And then more than anything, guys, be praying. Be praying for the people at Josiah's house. Be praying for your own heart and life and what the Lord wants to do. Pray for our team against travel problems, health issues, and ultimately that God would just work in and through us on this trip. And then finally, I would encourage you to pray for the people beyond Josiah's house that will be there. Folks who love and support the ministry are coming in to participate. Local government officials will be there. And we just want to pray for continued favor on the work that's happening there, and that God would move mightily in our midst. We love you guys. We can't wait to travel with you, and we'll talk to you soon.